Hey guys, just getting Laura. Hello.
Hello. How
Finally
is everyone? Well, and Sophie and I have already caught up before this, so.
What time is it for everyone where you are? Hello, Victoria.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think we're going to answer some questions that you guys sent in, and thank you so much for sending them in. We love that everyone still loves Saddle Club because we do too. So, do you want to start it off or me?
So we're going to answer some of the questions Laura asked on her page. So we got a bunch of questions about it. Okay, Laura, what was your favorite episode and why?
Well, my favorite episode was probably the Storm episode because I got kind of one-on-one training with the horse trainers. And it was a really beautiful episode, actually. I have to say another favorite episode of mine was basically getting the kiss from Sky Ransom on the cheek. Yeah, it was probably one of my first kisses. So I think I brushed my teeth like 3 times before I got that kiss, but it had nothing to do with, he didn't kiss me on the mouth. He was kissing me on the cheek. So I don't know why I was brushing my teeth. What about you, So?
Someone just said, why was Lisa always the one to get hurt?
I know. It's like snake bite, falling off a horse, I was in a coma, but that was another good favorite episode because I was just lying there. All I did for the whole episode was lie there while everyone was acting around me. So that was another favorite.
Pretty sweet gig. My favorite episode, I guess Stevie's pimple because it was so absurd. Like, what? It was like a love-hate relationship. It was obviously super embarrassing, even to just be filming it and get this prosthetic pimple added to my face every morning as like an 11-year-old or 13 who didn't want to have pimples in the first place. It was pretty embarrassing, but yeah, I don't know. There were so many good ones.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Laura and I were chatting, and we realized that I have a shockingly bad memory of that time.
Really
Laura
bad.
So much, and I'm like, what?
I'm like, and this, and this, and this, and you're like, I don't remember. It was like a blur, all rolled into one.
I remember some things, but yeah, a lot of things are
All right. Someone wrote in, what did you enjoy most about filming? Well, I guess we were pretty lucky because, we got to ride horses all day. I got to work with my best friends every day. So who gets to do that? We just, play in the lunch breaks and everything and do some naughty stuff. We made friends for life. We got to ride and we got to work with kind of the best crews. So we were really, really lucky.
Yeah. And I think for me, I mean, obviously meeting everyone was the most amazing part, but
Especially you,
obviously. But I also got to move to Australia when I was 11. Like, that was amazing. So yeah, that was cool.
Someone wrote in, which is the easiest horse to work with? Patch for sure, because Rocky, aka Prancer, had a mind of his own. He was super young. He was young. He was, I think one day I was feeding him and he bit through my finger and he'd just do whatever he wanted. But I loved him. Like, he was such a beautiful horse. And, he would always, when we're doing like something really dramatic, he would just dip his head down and start eating grass, like he just did what he wanted. And I loved that about him. What about you, Soph? Had any?
I do not remember the horse's name, but I love the horse that played Belle. But I'm like,
you're like a goldfish.
What do you mean?
The 3-second memory about the Saddle Club. Actually, I can't even remember the horse's name who played Belle either, so I'm a goldfish too. So did we have doubles for the scenes? Yes. So in the first series, you know, we were trained by the Lord of the Rings trainers, you know, a month of just writing. So we had a blast. We got, you know, taught writing and we fell in love with it. And so the first series, they were really quite being careful of us, because obviously if we'd get hurt, then, you know, filming would be delayed and things like that. So yeah, they had writing doubles for us in the first series. But I actually did my own fall in the first series. If you remember the episode where, you know, I'm going on my first kind of trail ride, I fell off the horse and everyone was laughing at me. I fell straight off onto a mat. So we were doing bits and pieces, and we were still doing riding and everything like that. But it wasn't until the second series where we were doing all our own riding. There was just a couple of main stunts where when I go into the coma, I had to do kind of like this roll and fall off the horse, which I didn't do, obviously. So yeah, we got used to riding and we all ride. So, and I still ride, so I love it.
Yeah, and they also had doubles for like B-roll, so they would like shoot like all the at the beginning when you see like the opening credits and you see the horses from the back and you see like them galloping up hills and stuff, they would shoot that while we were shooting actual episodes. So they had girls dressed up in the exact same wardrobe. Speaking of wardrobe, somebody asked us why we were always coordinated. The long answer is, or the short answer is, we have no idea. Someone just decided that we would be colored. So I was like blues and greens, Lara was oranges. And
yeah, I can't even see orange and yellow anymore. I'm like, I don't even go, if I see that color out, I'm like, oh, keep it away from me.
I know, it's so funny. So I have no idea. We were just put in certain colors and those characters only ever seem to wear those colors.
And thank you to the French fans who are on this right now. I know that it's like 12 o'clock at night over there. So really appreciate you, you know, staying up and waiting to say hi. You know, we made it so that at least it wouldn't be like 1 a.m. So thank you all the French fans for staying up.
Yeah. Planning the timing for this was oddly complicated. Actually asked if we lived in the same city. We live like the furthest thing from. I'm in Toronto, Canada, and Lara's in Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, so I was just living in LA for about 2.5 years, and I just moved back to Melbourne last year because I wanted to spend more time with my family and everything. And now that, you know, everything's, you know, happening in the world, I'm glad that I'm with my family.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess someone wrote in ideal way to spend the weekend. Well, I love going to wineries. I love wine. You know, I love taking a hike. You know, in LA, there was so many different hikes and I felt like I was out all the day and, you know, in the environment. I love spending time with family and I have a puppy. Yes, I have a puppy. I just got him. He's a little rascal. His name is Oliver, and I love him. And I also love to, you know, watch Netflix, particularly Schitt's Creek. I think it's a it's a great TV
That's
show.
That's a Canadian show.
I know. I love it.
Just outside of Toronto. I just started watching it. I had never watched it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I just started watching it. It's very cute.
Yeah, just the humor is my kind of humor, so I just love it.
If you, who do you relate to most on that show, Lara?
Oh, it's a mix. It's a mix. I actually, I've got a little bit of Moira in me.
Yeah.
I can be a little bit over dramatic at times. And then, yeah, I've got a little bit of Stevie too.
Yeah.
So it's a weird mix. It's like I can be really mellow and then I can be quite over dramatic. What about you?
I don't know. I haven't watched it for long enough.
I think you will be watching it with this isolation going on. I think you will be.
Oh, yeah. Watching every show
I know. Yeah, I think I'm going to be definitely up to date with all the TV shows that I'm binge watching at the moment. Hey guys, what are your favorite TV shows right now? I need some new ones.
Sophie, did you watch Heartland? Funny fact, I was down to the 3 people to get the role of the lead girl in Heartland. I had to sign a contract, but it films on the other side of Canada. So they ended up deciding to not bring anyone from Toronto for the role. And they cast it out there from a girl who was actually from, I think it's shot in Alberta. So yeah, and that was like not that long after Saddle Club. And I was like, if I had gotten that, I would have literally only been a horse girl for my entire life.
So if someone said still Saddle Club, isn't that lovely?
Aww.
Oh, sweet. And someone said Criminal Minds, and I love that too.
I have never watched Criminal Minds.
Yeah, it's good.
Friends, and like Friends.
Well, they've got the new series coming out of Friends, so you'll have to watch out for that one.
It's not a new series, it's just an interview. But yeah, I am excited.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's really disappointing. I really wanted to see them all again.
I know.
So guys, I know that you've been sending in, can you sing Hello Worlds? We're not going to sing, but maybe you'll get a dance. So we will have a quiz for you in a second. You know, and if you do tell us the correct answers, I will do the dance for you from Hello World. Just the first 4 bars, but you will get me up and dancing. So hang out for that one. So another question that was sent in, the scariest thing that I've ever done. Okay, so probably, yeah, isn't that a good one? I like that one. So it was parachuting off the back of a boat. So I was parachuting off the back of a boat, but the guy was scaring me who was driving the boat, because every time I was, you know, dipped down into the water to go back up into the parachute, he'd be like, there's sharks underneath you. So I was like getting dipped down, and I'd be like, no, and just coming into this water thinking that there was going to be sharks. So that was terrifying, because, you know, I'm terrified of sharks, but, you know, they're a beautiful animal and everything. So we have to, you know, obviously protect them. And another scariest thing was obviously moving to a different country. I lived in Vancouver for a year and a half, and then I was in LA for 2.5 years. So that was scary in itself, because, you know, I had to meet new friends, set up a whole new life, you know, really be like, is this for me? But it ended up being the best thing ever, because I learned, you know, confidence in myself, independence. I got to meet friends all around the world that I'm so close with now. It was just the best. It was honestly the best. And I was actually recently in LA this year with my friends and everything, because I filmed a TV show called We Were Tomorrow. So all of us got together at Comic-Con in San Diego, and we just had the best time. So yeah. And what about you, Soph? What's your scariest thing?
What was the scariest thing? I climbed like this waterfall in
Sophie, that someone just wrote in, do you and Phil have a relationship in real life?
Oh, no.
With Jeannie from Down Under.
It was my first kiss ever. I had never kissed a boy before, and I had to do it on screen in front of like 30 people.
And I think that was one of the first days you met him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It was.
Yeah, so it's just going straight in for it.
Awful. Yeah, but he was there.
I love how you had to change it then. You were like, it was awful, but he's really sweet.
It's really sweet, but it's like your first kiss on camera at like 11 years old in front of like all these like grown men who are like the crew members behind the cameras. It was really embarrassing.